Hello people, I am the Real Comic Book Gamer, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts on the Joker movie. So this is going to be no spoilers, this is a spoiler-free review. You don't have to worry about it if you haven't seen the movie, I won't be spoiling anything. But yeah, I just got out of the theater about 2 or 3 hours ago. So this is just off the top of my head, just my thoughts on the movie. I'm going to be very general about things. I don't want to spoil anything because I do feel like this is a movie that a lot of it is a lot of setups for story beats and you need to experience them for the first time. And so I don't really want to spoil anything there. So I'll be very general. But yeah, let's talk about the Joker himself, since he is very much the main character of this movie, which I was happy about. But there's not a whole lot of, I don't know, important supporting characters. Like, the supporting characters kind of come and go, and Joker is in every scene, which I enjoyed. I was happy about that, because there are some movies where it'll have the character's name in the title, but then they don't even feel like the main character, or they feel like they're sharing the spotlight too much with someone else. So yeah, it was nice to see that this was actually about Joker. Even though this character's not really Joker, he doesn't feel like Joker at all. I feel like the whole reason they used Joker was just so they had a pre-established fan base to go and see this movie, because this feels like basically they wanted to make a movie about a crazy guy directed by Todd Phillips starring Joaquin Phoenix, but they're like, hey, not very many people will go see that movie. Like, the indie crowd will go see it, but the mainstream audience won't. Hey, let's just, do it under a comic book property. Everyone goes to see comic book movies. The biggest movie in the world is Endgame. The biggest R-rated movie is Deadpool or Deadpool 2. So obviously, let's do it under a comic book domain. So they did it under Joker. People love Joker. People go see it, and it worked. But yeah, I just feel like he's so not the Joker that it just feels kind of pointless. I was literally just there. Like, this could have been any other city involved. You didn't have to have, like, the Waynes involved in it. You didn't have to have Gotham City involved. It could have been any other, any other thing. It could have been all original characters and would have been fine, and you wouldn't have lost anything, I feel. At least that's my opinion. So it being Joker didn't really lend anything special to it. Yes, of course, comic book movies don't have to follow all of the comic books exactly. They never do. That's the thing that I think is funny. Whenever a director or writer or someone gets on a comic book property, they're like, well, we didn't go comic accurate because we wanted to do something different. It's like, you know what would be different? Following the comics, because no one does it. Like, we've had a few comic movies that are comic accurate, but for the most part, they don't. That's what I think is funny whenever I hear that. Again, I'm not saying every comic movie needs to be exactly like the comics, but it'd be nice to kind of honor where you're coming from, because without it, you wouldn't have a movie. So it'd be nice to have some throw-ins, there's some nods or something. There were some of that, but it's very much not the Joker. It's just a character that Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix and the writers wanted to do. And it is an interesting character. I like the character. His descent into sort of madness was interesting. It's an interesting story. Some of the story revelations were really cool. I did like that, but I feel like the main thing with the movie was that was just that it wasn't my cup of tea. Like, when I got out of the theater, I was thinking, like, I enjoyed it. I definitely did not dislike my time in there. I enjoyed the movie. It was good, but it was when I got out of the theater, I was like, I don't know if I'll ever watch that movie again. There's just not much for me there. There wasn't much that I really loved or clung on to. I was like, I need to see this again, or like, I can't wait to see that moment again. It was kind of, yeah, it was an interesting story that I enjoyed watching, but I don't know if I ever need to see it again. But yeah, Joaquin Phoenix kills it. He does a fantastic job as his character, seeing all the different things he does. Actually, the best thing this movie does is just the awkwardness of, like, making you, the viewer, feel uncomfortable, depending on the type of person you are. But like the scenarios that Arthur Fleck gets in, to where you just want it to be over, but it's like interesting, so you're like, oh, please just get out of this scenario right now. This is so just uncomfortable. Oh, it's great though. Like, I mean that in a good way, the uncomfortableness. Like, they nailed that, of just feeling uncomfortable and being like, I want to get out of here, but I can't. I'm stuck watching this. I want to get out of here. I mean that in the best way possible, in terms of not like it's bad, I don't want to watch it. It's like, it's just so uncomfortable because of the type of character that Joker is, and how he doesn't really understand social cues or anything like that, and he has that uncontrollable laugh, and it's just, whoa. It's just one of those things where it's like, I want to leave so bad, but I can't. But yeah, that part was great, and again, Joaquin Phoenix did a fantastic job. Robert De Niro did a great job. He wasn't in it a whole lot, but for when he was in it, he did a fantastic job, which, you think Robert De Niro at this point in his career would just phone it in. He doesn't need to. Just some comic book movie, he'd just phone it in. But no, he didn't. He did a really good job. And the other supporting characters did good, but the other supporting characters aren't really in it that much. This is very much a Joker movie. The supporting characters are there, but they're not there a whole lot. But yeah, it was, overall I enjoyed it. If I had to rate it, I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. I generally don't really rate movies though, But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's just I would have preferred a more comic book Joker because we haven't really got one on the big screen yet. Like we kind of got it a little bit with Jack Nicholson's Joker. Heath Ledger's Joker wasn't really comic book accurate, but he was a really cool Joker. And then this one's not even close. Like my perfect Joker for on screen is literally the Arkham Asylum Joker, because Arkham Asylum Joker was Batman the Animated Series Joker unleashed. He wasn't there all of a sudden be like, hey, you have to be E for everyone, you have to be for little kids. He was unleashed. Paul Dini was able to do whatever he wanted, and Mark Hamill was fantastic. And that is like my favorite like on-screen Joker, is that Arkham Asylum Joker. And I would love to see someone bring that to life in a movie, but we haven't had that yet. We had garbage Jared Leto Joker, which again, I don't really blame Jared Leto for that because that movie just had a lot of problems on its own. Jared Leto, I think, went with a weird direction with it. I don't know how he would have been. I don't know if Jared Leto would have been good or bad. I honestly can't tell because of how much that movie kind of got skewered and just screwed. The movie's terrible, but Jack Nicholson's Joker is really good. Same with Heath Ledger's Joker. Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is really good as not Joker. Like, I really enjoy him as this character that is Arthur Fleck, but I wouldn't really compare him to the other Jokers. I'd be like, nah, he's not, because he's not really going for Joker. He's great for the character he's playing, but he's not really going for Joker, so it's hard to really rate him there. But yeah, I want that Arkham Asylum Joker. I think that'd be perfect. The guy that can go from like kind of corny to terrifying in a second. I love that, and I would love to see that. But yeah, overall, enjoyed the movie. If you were interested in seeing it, go see it. Get your own opinion on it. If you weren't really interested in seeing it, if you were like kind of on the fence, I would say wait to rent it. I would say it's not something that you must see. But again, if you were interested in seeing it, I would highly recommend going and forming your own opinion on it. But if you weren't really, if you're kind of on the fence, you're like, I'm not sure, I'm not too interested in it, but I might go see it, then I would say hold off or go see it at a matinee. One or two. I wouldn't say full price because, again, it didn't really blow my socks off. I know a lot of people have loved it, but yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. I knew we weren't going to get comic accurate Joker, but I was hoping we'd get maybe a bit more comic book accurate than I was expecting, but we didn't. But yeah, overall, enjoyed it. Not the greatest movie ever, not the worst movie ever, but it just didn't need to be a comic book movie. It could have been its own thing. It's literally just a comic book movie, so that way comic book fans will go see it. That's the whole reason. It feels kind of like betraying in that way, you know? It's like, why even be a comic book movie? But obviously the whole reason to be a comic book movie was to get the comic book fans. But yeah, anyways, that's it. I want to know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. If you have seen the movie, what did you think of it? I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Did you think like me? Did you really enjoy the movie? Did you not like the movie? I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments below. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.
Yeah. On my grind all day, gonna make $1 million sound that someday. You know I'm in the building when I write this way. Put me in the ground when I bite this game.